If you're searching online for cheap golf grip replacement kits right now, just hit pause. Don't grab the first budget kit you see. I see everyday weekend golfers make this costly mistake all the time. You think you're getting a great deal, right? But then you end up with a slick, unusable club right in the middle of your Saturday round. Today, we're doing a full explainer on how to actually save money without ruining your game. Let's dive right in.
15 bucks. A $15 kit might look like an absolute steal up front. It's super tempting, you get the grips, you get the tape, it ships fast to your door. But here's the reality. Ultra-budget rubber wears out incredibly fast. It gets shiny, it gets slick in the heat. Suddenly, the club is twisting in your hands mid-swing. You lose strokes, and you end up buying another set a month later anyway. It's a complete trap. Now later I'll show you the one thing most buyers never check, and it costs them every time. So stick with me, because it's the difference between a smart buy and just throwing cash away.
So, what are you really paying for when you buy grips? Big golf brands spend millions on marketing. They push these premium rubber compounds and convince you that paying 13 bucks per grip is totally normal. But let's look at reality for the average weekend golfer. You're probably going to replace those grips yearly anyway. Sweat, dirt, and leaving your bag in a hot car trunk all summer break down the material fast. If you're swapping them out every single season, paying for 5-year durability makes 0 sense. You're literally just paying for a logo. The real value of any golf grip comes down to just 2 things: condition and fit. Not the logo, not the marketing hype. This is exactly where most golfers waste money. They walk in and buy the most expensive grip on the wall, but it's the completely wrong size for their hands. Or they keep a premium grip on their driver for 3 years until it feels like hard plastic. A fresh, cheap grip that fits your hand perfectly is always going to outperform a premium grip that's worn out or sized wrong. Fit gives you control. Fresh condition gives you traction. Now let's compare used kits versus new kits. A lot of guys refuse to even look at the used market. They think it's gross or just a waste of time. But the cheaper option is not always worse. Here is the catch. Golfers pull brand new grips off their clubs all the time, simply because they don't like the color or the brand. Those pulled grips end up online or sitting in a bin at the pro shop for pennies on the dollar. Used kits can work perfectly and save you serious cash, as long as you know exactly what to look for.
If buying used, this next point matters a lot. You have to check the texture and the thickness yourself. See, when a grip is pulled off a shaft, it can stretch. If it stretches too much, it won't fit tight on your club. You also got to check the rubber itself. If it looks glazed, shiny, or has tiny cracks near the bottom edge, leave it in the bin. It's dead. You want rubber that still has some tack and gives a little bit when you press your thumbnail into it. Always inspect the condition. Never buy blind.
Let's break down what actually needs to be in a budget kit if you're doing this at home. You need solvent, you need double-sided grip tape, and you absolutely need a rubber vice clamp. Please do not try to regrip your clubs between your knees on the living room floor. You're going to end up with crooked grips and solvent everywhere. A good budget kit includes that clamp to hold the shaft safe and steady. This next part changes the final answer completely. If a kit is dirt cheap but missing the clamp or the solvent, it is not a deal. You're going to spend way more buying those parts separately. Okay, let's pause the gear talk for a second and talk about your hands. Grip pressure versus rubber quality. A lot of mid-handicap golfers slice the ball deep into the woods, look down at their hands, and immediately blame their old grips. So they run out and spend $100 on a premium set. But buying premium grips will not fix a swing issue that's actually caused by bad grip pressure. If you're squeezing the club to death, high-end rubber won't save your drive. Fix your tension first. A fresh, budget-friendly grip held with light pressure beats a white-knuckle grip on a tour-level club every single time. Before you buy, you need to hear this next part. Here are my fast, punchy rules for buying smart on a budget. First, buy previous season kits. Grip technology honestly does not change much year to year. A blue grip from last season works exactly the same as the newest model. Second, actively look for clearance deals. When big box stores clear out inventory for new spring models, you can find massive discounts. You get brand new, high-quality rubber for the exact same price as those cheap knockoffs. Timing your purchase is how you beat the retail trap. Let's get brutally honest and look at the pros and cons of those ultra-cheap, off-brand kits you see online. On the plus side, low cost. They are very cheap. They're easy to install, and right out of the box, they do give you a fresh feel. But here are the real weaknesses. The lifespan on ultra-cheap rubber is extremely short. You might get 2 months of heavy play out of them. Worse, the cheap tape they include often leaves this sticky nightmare residue on your shafts when you try to change them again. Finally, they offer a really poor fit if you have big hands, because cheap kits almost never offer mid-size or jumbo options.
So let's make a definitive call on who should actually buy these budget kits and who needs to skip them entirely. Buy if your total budget is strictly under $30 and you're someone who replaces their grips yearly anyway. If you just need fresh rubber for one season, they'll do the job. But skip them if you have oversized hands. Standard, cheap sizes will completely ruin your release. Also, skip them if you play in humid weather and need tour-level tack. Budget rubber gets really slippery really fast when wet. Know your game, know your environment, and buy accordingly.
If you fall into the skip category, what are your options? Most buyers skip this and regret it later. First, buy previous model name brand kits. You get the high quality without paying that premium price. Second, consider buying your tape and solvent separately in bulk from a hardware store, and then just hunt for a good deal on the bare grips. Third, walk into your local pro shop. Ask if they have trade-in deals or pulled grips in the back room. Pro shops want to move inventory. You can often negotiate a cash deal for high-quality pulls that beats any random kit you'll find online.
Which brings us to the final verdict for this explainer. Only buy if the price is right, and absolutely do not overpay for branding. The smartest budget move you can make is checking used condition at your local shop or hunting down previous season clearance deals first. Do not settle for ultra-cheap rubber that falls apart in a month just to save $5 today. Now it's your turn. Head down to the comments, tell me your budget, your current handicap, and whether you prefer hunting for new clearance deals or buying used grips. And before your next round, ask yourself, is your slice a swing issue? Or are you just holding on to a dead, slippery piece of rubber you should have changed a year ago? Make sure you subscribe for more honest, budget-focused gear explainers. Play well and stop over.